back to another episode of The Biggest Transformation, where we have been journeying with our 8 cast members for the past 8 weeks. And in the past 8 weeks, we've watched them overcome. We've watched them battle old habits. We have watched them, grow in so many areas of their lives. We watched them get stronger. And in the past 8 weeks, they have lost a total of 187.4 pounds, which is an average of 23 pounds per week. They're averaging about 3 pounds per person per week, which is amazing. We have had some shifts in our leaderboard, and right now the difference in our top 2 is like less than a percentage between first place and second place. So we have another exciting week coming at you. So let's hop on with the cast, get our week 8 weigh-ins done, and see who winds up on top, who stays on top, and how they're doing. It's weigh-in day. Let's go ahead and get our weigh-ins done. Let's get on the scale, see how y'all did.
68.9.
Okay, Debbie, I'm coming to you, girl.
I'm on. Better be something good. Well, there. That's what it was. Okay, 193.1.
193.1. All right, Laura, you're big. You're on the big screen.
213.2.
Wow.
I know. I'm so excited.
204.8.
What? Missy, did you just say 204.8?
Yes.
Did you lose 6.6 pounds last week?
Yes.
Good job. Look at her. She's being all like, yeah, I'm coming to you, mama. With the baby. Belly not coming out.
Yeah.
Gosh, good job. You were about to pop. That baby's growing in leaps and bounds, and here's Danielle still busting off weight.
212.4.
Danielle, you're losing weight like when the baby is growing at the fastest rate.
That's true.
Cindy, it's you, girl.
$264.4.
All right. After 8 full weeks, our leaderboard. Okay. In first place, with a total of 32.5 pounds lost, 14.35%, Debbie!
Yay.
Number one. Yay. Good job. Good job. In second place, with 43 pounds lost, 14.2%, 0.15% away from first place, Matthew, second place. I mean, y'all keep battling. It's like, I love it. I freaking love it. I love it because, this week when Debbie was like, I ate 6 blueberries, I'm like, Matthew's over there going, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're not
all
wrong.
right. Exactly. He's like, 6, have a whole bag. Some blueberry cobbler, blueberry muffin, blueberry pie. All right. In third place, with 30 pounds lost, 10.72%, Laura!
Yes! Finally on fourth place!
Welcome to the circle.
Laura, do you know that in the first week you were in 8th? No, never mind. You weren't in 8th place, but you were like way down there. And you steadily moving up. Congratulations. In 4th place with 19.6 pounds lost, 10.17%. So a 0.5% right behind you, Mary Starr.
Yeah, Mary.
In 5th place with 27.7 pounds lost, 9.3%. Missy. Good job, Missy. Our biggest loser of the week. In sixth place, with 21.1 pounds lost, 7.94%, Danielle. In seventh place, 15.4 pounds lost, 7%, Jen Short. And in eighth place with 26.4 pounds lost, 6.23%, Cindy. Good job. So this week, you guys lost a total of 20.9 pounds. As a group, for the past 8 weeks, we were at 208.3 pounds.
That is crazy.
Holy smokes.
That's an average of 28.6 pounds a week, an average of 3.5 pounds per person per week.
Yes.
That's where we're averaging. Not starving, not spending all day in the gym, not doing nothing cray. Oh, isn't that crazy? Good job, guys. Like, seriously, good job. So freaking awesome. All right. Yeah. So I actually want to talk to you guys first today. So I want to talk to you first. We're going to start with you. All right. So this last week, one of your homework assignments was picking out some goal outfits. Okay. If you remember, weeks ago, we talked about building a vision. And part of building the vision, so many times it starts off as a pipsqueak. Okay. A little tiny pipsqueak of a vision. But the way we grow the vision is by watering it. The way we grow the vision is to feed it. Whatever we feed will flourish. Whatever we starve will die. And, you know, a lot of times I'll talk to people and they'll be like, Carmen, I'm just waiting on the Lord to give me a vision. Well, even if the Lord gives you a vision, you understand he's not going to hand you a mountain. He's going to hand you a pebble. It's our job, even if the Lord gives us a vision, to grow and expand the vision. Well, the only way that happens is through cultivating it, through watering it, through working on it. And so part of that is, you know, like, what am I going to wear when I get down to my goal weight? Like, what am I, if failure wasn't an option and I wasn't dressing for my fluffy body, dressing for the stores I could shop in, what would I wear? What I want to know is, how was that for you actually looking at those outfits? How was it picking out those outfits? How was it like actually sending me those and being like, okay, like, was it nerve-wracking? Were you like, I don't know, I like this outfit, but I don't know if I could ever wear it, but I'd like to wear it. Like, what was the emotion? What were the thoughts that went through your brain?
Yeah, so I think it started even before you asked us to do this. I found something that said, okay, what do size 6 women, 5'4", 129 pounds look like? And I would see that image. And I'm like, oh, they can all tuck in their shirts. They can wear, they don't have to wear stretchy pants all the time. So, or shirt, jackets that cover my stomach. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've been able to tuck in a shirt, wear jeans that button and not have to cover it up, right? So I kind of started from there, but I've always loved this look of like the boot, the jeans, like the tucked in shirt. I just love that. And I've tried it on, different times. And either the boots won't fit over my calves, all this is hanging out. So it's just like, I know that I can get there. And I like a really nice, classy business look too, with like the short jacket, not the long one. You know what I mean? I do, even though my chiropractor doesn't agree with heels all the time, I do want to get myself into a nice pair of heels with skinny jeans. That's what I would love. And I love that little black look. And I really actually feel now, I feel it's attainable. not just crying about not just crying about it anymore. I don't feel like, oh, woe is me anymore. I feel like, yes, that's where I'm running. Like, I feel like I'm running towards that size 6.
Well, you are. So, I mean, like getting closer and closer by the day. Debbie, what's up, girl? What's up, number 1?
Hey.
What's
Okay,
up, numero uno?
Well, number 1, it was hard because I'm still, over 40 pounds away. But I know I'm going to do it. So, what was I thinking? Well, I had found a couple outfits, and in magazines. I'd actually kept the magazines. Now the magazines are gone. So I had trouble even thinking of brand names, anything, because it's been so long since I, like Mary, haven't worn stretch pants and stuff. But it was exciting. I don't want to dress like a 65-year-old woman. That was one thing I was thinking. I had to go back and Google clothes for 50-year-old woman. I didn't like those, so I went for 40-year-old woman. But I don't want to. It's really tricky when you're my age, and you want to dress really nice. You want to dress in the outfits that I want to wear, which is identical to what Mary explained. But it's exciting, but it's kind of scary to be able to find the type of outfits I want to wear that will look good on will be acceptable to 65-year-old woman. Does that make sense?
Yes. Can I say something to that?
Please help me with that.
Okay. So Debbie, you were not put here to fit in. You were not put here to fit into everybody else's mold. You were put here to stand out. And your style, your exact unique style that you see in your brain was put there on purpose. So I wouldn't say try to fit in. I wouldn't say go with outfits that are going to be acceptable. I would say go with whatever outfits you want to wear. Because who said it's acceptable for you to wear X? Or who said it's only okay, that whole thing of, you can only wear white after Labor Day. And what? Do I get a ticket if I wear it after that? Like, I don't care who made that rule. I can wear white whenever the frick I want. And Debbie, you don't search for 40-year-old outfits. You search for trendy outfits because you are a trendsetter.
Trendsetter, be a trend. I'm going to write that down.
Yes, you're not a conformist. You are a trendsetter. So you look for trendy outfits, not, 50-year-old outfits. Throw out age is a number. Don't limit yourself to dressing how the world thinks a 50 or 60-year-old should dress. You dress how Lord Almighty planted it in your heart to dress, and that's it. Throw out the number. And if there's a problem with that, that is their problem. It's not like you're trying to wear, see-through bodysuit out.
Yeah.
All right.
Be a trendsetter. Woo!
Yes, you grab onto those words. You allow those words to take a seed.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Laura.
For me, that homework assignment was hard because for so many years, I've always dressed about how other people are going to see me. And, is this going to be okay and acceptable by somebody else? I've never, and because of that, I have been known to not dress very well because, not in the sense of fashionable. I've never been a fashionable dresser because I haven't ever felt like I've weighed the proper weight to do that. So one of the things, and with Mary and Debbie, I wanted to be able to wear a pair of Wranglers with a belt buckle, with the shirt tucked in, with the boots, with the hat. And I can't wait to have that happen. And I want to wear a bikini. I don't want to wear a bathing suit that looks like a dress because I'm wearing these long shorts to cover up my legs and the long top to cover up my lower belly. And so I'm really excited about that. And no, I've never done this before where I thought, wow, what do I want to wear when I like, my friends keep telling me, Laura, we're taking you shopping when you're done. But it's kind of nice to think like, Laura, what do you want to wear? Not, okay, how is this going to be acceptable to somebody to see me in? So it's just kind of cool the way that your mentality changes. And it got me thinking about me and what I like, not just what somebody's, I don't want anybody to cringe when they look at me kind of outfit. So that was pretty freeing and exciting.
Yay, be a trendsetter.
You are dressing for you. And if you have a spouse, as long as you and the spouse, and if you don't have a spouse, it's between you and the Lord. And you have a spouse, it's between you, the Lord, and the spouse, right? Like,
right.
So it does not matter what other people think, because people are always going to label. And I'm certain I was judged at a size 22. And I know that especially by females, I am judged today because I can see the eyeballs. But you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? If me being the best version of myself provokes somebody else to feel bad about themselves, that's their issue.
Mm-hmm.
Also know me being the best version of myself inspires other people. So anytime, the more people you inspire, the more influence you have, the more people you're also going to provoke. There's never getting, the only way you're going to provoke less people is living in a shell, impacting nobody, and having a little tiny territory.
Yeah.
And that's no way to live.
Mm-hmm.
That's no way to live at all. And so, yeah.
For so long, I thought that was my only option. Like that, there's the hope. And I think just to say this, I have hope now, whereas I didn't have hope before. And it's like, it's just such a good feeling. There's hope.
Okay, Matthew, coming to you.
It was a little enlightening for me because as a and I'll date myself a little on this one, but as a kid, like people would show up with like Girbaud jeans were the big thing back then, and I see the Snickers of people who remember them, and there was no way we could swing $100 jeans in the 80s. I struggle to think of $100 jeans now, and so we'd have like a Rustler, and so I noticed style, I noticed fashion, just couldn't do anything with it, and then being fat, nothing really fit, and noticing style and fashion, the thing is fit is king. Like no matter what you're wearing, fit is always king, and nothing ever fit. So it just sort of became an excuse to not care or to try not to notice or not care. And so you sort of fall into this frumpy groove, and you reach this point where, at least I reached this point where I was like, well, I'm just going to fail at it anyway because I can't possibly dress nicely as a bigger person. It's, trying to put slacks on a really big person is like trying to tie a rope around a basketball. It'll look good for about a moment, right? And then gone. And so there was just no, yeah. And so it's sort of funny. I remember last season when season 1, came across this question, and Shane's like, I don't know, guys don't really care about this. And I'm saying, like, yeah, guys don't care about this at all. Cool. Yeah. But so it was kind of freeing. And at first I was even being a little silly. I picked pictures initially that I didn't even send. I found like this ridiculous, like super custom Iron Man costume that costs like $2,000 and only looks good on skinny people, and they'll make it to any size they have to. They wouldn't sell any because most of us nerds are not small. And so I was like, that's amazing. And then I had to do the well-tailored suit, and so I found James Bond. The Tom Ford suit is just fantastic, and if it comes with the Aston Martin, that's better. And then I had a moment, and it was kind of a cool moment where I was like, I'm actually going to get here, and they might actually want me to buy some of this, and there's no way I'm convincing my wife, let alone myself, that we're going to spend $2,000 on a costume or a toy. And then I took it more seriously, right? So I still sent the suit because I love the suit, any well-tailored suit. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be Tom Ford. It should. But you know, it could be, you know, I don't know, Calvin Klein, Versace, Gucci, take your pick. Any of the things guys don't care about. And then beyond that, there was in not the most wholesome show ever, but in Californication, David Duchovny's character, he wears like just, it's always the basic like black shirt and jeans and all these crazy accessories, but it just fits ridiculously well. And it just looks stupid sharp. And I could see having a look like that as just like my daily, I don't know, daily driver, my daily look, right? And then the last one that I sent in was board shorts. It's not just, I know gals like, oh, I want to wear a bikini. Absolutely. I want to look like I could play volleyball. I don't want to play volleyball, but I want to look like I could.
I love the explanation. I love how much thought you put into it. And I love the fact that you didn't allow yourself to take on or keep your bestie over there saying, yeah, guys don't really care. And you were like, well, maybe you don't care, but I kind of think this, yeah, I kind of want to look, you know, like a volleyball player that just looks like a volleyball player. And I love that because again, it's so easy to, oh, they said guys don't care, so maybe I shouldn't care. We were all knitted together differently. And I really think deep down, all of us do care what we look like. And yeah. Okay, girl. Oh, let me just say, Missy, you shocked me the most. When I downloaded the outfits, I had to go back and be like, wait, these are Missy's? I was blown away. I'm like, Missy is Missy. Okay, go ahead.
So I've done this a couple of times. This last time I picked out two. Well, one was a dress and the other one was a skirt. So it did show my midriff, and I've never done that before. But it is possible because I did have a two-piece in 2018. So I put those on my list, and I also picked out a pretty tight dress, which I don't wear dresses. Now, I did wear dresses when I went on the cruise in 2018, but that's been the last time I wore a dress. So I want to get back into my dresses, and I picked some dresses that were pretty tight, and it's okay. I didn't show anything that shouldn't have been shown. So I like to dress classy, and it's okay if they're tight, and it's okay if they fit nice and they make you look good. And Debbie, you're close enough to me that we can go shopping together at Forever 21.
Yes, I was so proud of you, Missy, because again, you know, I know we have a lot of the same belief foundations, and I was so proud to see you just be like, yes, I can wear these, and not feeling like, knowing that there's nothing wrong with wanting to look nice, and there's nothing wrong with wearing something that fits you, and that you don't have to wear a paper bag to be a good freaking Christian. And so proud of you for like really just owning that and owning your inner, like looking at something and being like, yeah, I like this. Like, I like this, and that is good enough. And so proud of you. Awesome job. And way to go for it. Like, I've looked at your pictures like 3 times this week. I'm like, go Missy. Oh, it's freaking awesome. All right, Jen Short, I'm coming to you.
For my clothes, I really just felt a lot of shame. So the first little while was just shame that I still wasn't there. I still didn't have them. I still didn't feel like I was at the weight where I could pull some of those outfits off. I mean, if you guys have ever watched the show Lie to Me, there's a character in there called, her name's Jillian Foster. I don't know what her real name is, but every day she wears just these nice classy dresses, and there's nothing super spectacular about them other than they just always look pretty. You know, a lot of the lawyer police type shows, you know, a similar with the dress pants, boots, sometimes heels, the flattering shirt, sometimes tucked in, sometimes not, but just having that, for me, I think it's really just that there's this look in a woman's hips for me, like that just is appealing, in their legs and the hips. Like there's just a fitted shape there that I am drawn to, that I like. So it's not even really about the clothes. It's just the look of how my hips and butt and legs, like how it all just goes together, or at the moment is working on getting there.
Awesome job, Jen. I'm proud of you. And I agree, you've come a long way. And I love the fact that you're focused on, I'm going to continue to grow in this area, and really accepting the vision of that the Lord put in you, of, and accepting that it's okay to want to, okay, that your eyes drawn to this look. And there's nothing wrong with the fact that your eyes drawn to that look. So, all right, Danielle.
Okay. So yeah, when I first like read your email about this, oh yeah, this will be, and then I started looking and I was so overwhelmed. It took me a couple days to keep going back and pushing myself to do it because I was so stressed out. I have been like the last 10 years, my focus has been on just hide and cover and buy things like 2 or 3 sizes too big, just to, so that there's no, I don't know, rolls showing anywhere or anything. And like my maternity wardrobe is literally 2 black tank tops, 3 yoga pants, and 2 cardigans that I switch back and forth. So I haven't been into a store in probably almost 10 years. I just, yeah, this was overwhelming for me, but I started getting into it and I started like getting excited, hesitantly excited, because I don't know, it was hard. I wasn't expecting it to be that hard, but yeah, I did get excited by the end, and yeah.
Good job. And good job pushing through the hard. And even though it took you a couple days, you kept coming back and you didn't allow that fear or that unbelief to keep you stuck. You built your vision. And it's so beautiful, Danielle, because by the end, you started to feel the excitement from the effort in the building of the vision.
Yeah.
So as you continue to do that, that fear will leave even more, and you will be left with more and more excitement and belief. And so, awesome job. So proud of you. Cindy, what's up, girl?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. So I love clothes, even though they don't look the best on me, but I love clothes. I have closets full of clothes. But when you first started talking about doing a Pinterest board of clothes that you would like to get into, I started doing that right away. I love dresses, and I have dresses in my closet that I don't wear because they don't look good on me, but I love them. And so a couple of the things that I sent to you, one was like palazzo pants. I love that look with a real waistband, thin. I would love one day to be able to get into a pair of those. And then a dress with a waistband. My big thing is waistbands because I do not do them right now. The most problem I have is seeing me small enough to wear, like, I don't even consider a bathing suit right now. That's just too far in the future.
And Cindy, I completely understand where you're at with the trying to envision yourself even in things, but as you build this vision, and this is for all of you, the more you build the vision, the more time you put into building it, the bigger it will get. And eventually that vision will become bigger than your doubt. It'll become bigger than your unbelief. It'll become bigger than your fears. And that vision will overcome any obstacles you have. any emotional eating, any self-sabotage. Vision starts off little. It's like a little tiny pipsqueak. To grow it, it's the time you put into it. And so it's awesome that you took that direction in the beginning, Cindy, and you made that Pinterest board early on. I want to encourage you to keep adding to it, to invest the time into you, into the vision, because it matters and it's a big deal. And so awesome job. Awesome job. I love your outfits, and I can see you rocking every one of them that you sent to me. And so what I want to chat with you guys about for this week is momentum. Okay. Momentum, because momentum is okay. So my first 90 days on this journey, I actually lost more weight in my second 90 days than my first 90 days. And last week, I told many of you that I believed the back half of this competition was going to be better for you than the first half. And that is because of momentum. See, in the very beginning, we're starting from a standstill. Most of the time we're coming off of the couch, out of the refrigerator, out of the pantry, out of our crappy and pie hole stuffing, sitting around watching our favorite show place. The hardest part is just jumping in. The hardest part is getting going. But once you create momentum, see, when you create momentum, that's when like the magical stuff happens. That's when the 6.6 pounds in a week happens. That's when the 6.2 pounds in a week happens. That wasn't just 1 week of good behavior. Missy has been creating, Missy, who was our biggest loser this week, Missy has been creating momentum. And so this week, if you were to ask Missy, did you do anything special that you didn't do last week? No, Missy did amazing last week. What happened this week? It was that momentum that had been building, bam, gave her this big result. That's how I lost more weight my second 90 days than my first 90 days. My first 90 days, I didn't have momentum. But there is one killer to momentum. There is one thing that will kill momentum. It'll stop momentum in its tracks. Does anybody know what it is? You're like, we're all muted. We're all muted, Carmen. The biggest killer to momentum is inconsistency. That is the biggest stopper to momentum, is inconsistent. The only way to build momentum is by being consistent. That is it. And so, you know, I think on our very first week, we talked about that calendar, our sheet that tracked how many days we are without a cheat. Okay. And I know Matthew this past week showed his board and he was like 37 days. But that is why he's been at the top of the leaderboard every week, is because he was 37 days without an unplanned cheat. He's creating momentum. And so what happens is when you get going, listen to me, Cindy. I'm going to save you a whole lot of frustration if you grab onto today's message, girl. What happens is we get excited. Clothes start to fit us. We get going. The car's moving. And then we overeat. We slam on the brakes. Then we feel guilty. Then we feel frustrated. Then we feel shame. Then we've taken 2 steps forward and 2 steps backwards. Then we're like, okay, come on, you can do this. Here I go again. Then we get the car moving. We're rolling. We're feeling good. We're going. Then we haven't unplanned something again. Here we are, inconsistent. We slam on the brakes. And when you do unplanned things, when you sabotage, when you are slamming on the brakes. And let me ask you, how does it feel when you slam on the brakes? Frustrating. You get some whiplash, and whiplash doesn't feel good. And so it doesn't feel good because it creates frustration. It feels like you're spinning your wheels. It feels like you're doing all this work and going nowhere. It feels like you're not getting it. It feels like you're behind, not ahead. And so this week, as we come into week 9,
Whether you are on day 37, 40, 10, 1, maybe yesterday you had unplanned treat and you're starting over at 1. Everybody's goal this week should be to get through the week without on track, on plan, extending your win streak. Because the longer your win streak is, the more momentum you have. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you have. A wave, right? When that wave builds up, all of a sudden a surfer can ride the wave because the momentum of the wave carries the surfer. It becomes easier than it's ever been. You're stronger than anything temptation can throw at you. And you've already proved it. You've already proved it. And so I'm excited to watch you get stronger as these weeks continue. I'm excited to watch you finish stronger than you started. And I'm excited to see, as we're wrapping up the last half of this season 2, to see momentum carry you through the finish line, just as that wave carries that surfer.
208 pounds the cast has lost in the past 8 weeks. Freaking incredible. That is an average of like more than 3.5 pounds per person that they have lost since they started. And I don't know about you, but gosh, it just does something to your insides. It is beyond inspiring when you watch people overcoming. When you watch them pushing their fears aside and saying, yeah, I don't know about that. That kind of scares me. It kind of makes me nervous, but I'm gonna freaking go for it anyway. And hearing them this week talk about picking out their goal outfits and, you know, the different emotions that came along with them, but more importantly, seeing them go from a place where fear is there into a place of faith. Seeing them move from a place of self-doubt to self-belief. Seeing them move from a place where they are watching other people being inspired, which is important, to becoming an inspiration. Well, it is just gosh dang inspirational. So thank you for all of you that have been a part of season 2, that continue to support the cast, watch every week, share the episodes on your social media. Your support is so very important, and we appreciate it more than words can say. Make sure you're back next week. Next week's gonna be one of those episodes that it's a really pivotal, life-changing episode. So you're not gonna wanna miss what's going on next week, right here, same time, same place. So we will see you next week for another episode of The Biggest Transformation.